Hello friends, it's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well, and Gary does too. Gary spent an inordinate amount of time just now attacking you. So he's going to just hang out in my arms. Today we have quite a bit to do in the pantry. I got a big Costco grocery haul of mostly pantry items that need to be restocked, and I will share that grocery haul with you, but we also need to get it all put away. And just by looking at my pantry, honestly, it just needs an overhaul. So we are going to just pull everything out that we can, throw away old food, and just get everything nice and organized. I'm sure I've got some bins, things that I can use. I love an excuse to go to Target. So that's the focus of today's video, is reorganizing my pantry, getting it nice and restocked and tidy again, and also doing it without this guy completely derailing everything. He likes to climb on the shelves, so I need to make sure that like the open stuff is contained really well so he can't get into it. And also just the transition. We've still got stuff from Harley in there, and I need to clear that out, but we also need to just kind of get his stuff in its own little spot as well. So all things pantry in today's video. If you are new here, I am so glad that you found me. I typically upload twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays. It got a little wonky there at the end. I'm gonna set you free. Don't attack my feet. Again, if you're new here, welcome. I typically upload twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and if you aren't already, subscribe to the channel, continue to hang out. I would love to call you one of my friends. But let's not waste any time. We have lots to do. I've got a little list here going of things that I want to accomplish in the pantry. Number one being get all of the snacks put away so I can better keep track of how quickly they're going, because there's rules to those snacks, and I feel like maybe somebody's forgetting those rules. So let's do it. Let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go. Gary, where'd you go? Let's play the pantry. Okay, so it was a really big snacks restock, and that is the focus of today because we're hanging out in the pantry, which is a disaster. But I got tons of stuff, some things out of the ordinary lately, which is the Oreos, but it's that time of year where I like to do chocolate dipped Oreos. I was going to do some of those for Valentine's Day. We are testing out veggie straws. All of my kids insisted that they loved them, so I risked it and I got this box, so I hope I don't regret it. But otherwise, these are the staples we usually have for snacks and lunch things. Chip pretzels are always popular in my house. Alice really loves these, so I like to make sure she has those in her lunch at school. We finally ran out of hot chocolate, so we need to restock on that, and then just like applesauce, which is basically what keeps Alice alive. For dairy, I finally ran out of Go-Gurt. I will usually stock the fridge and then put the rest in the freezer. So I could not find any more loose Go-Gurts in the freezer, so I'm 98% positive we were finally completely out. We needed more mozzarella, and I also got pepperoni. We've been doing homemade pizzas more again. I used to do them every week, but my kids have insisted that they're their favorite pizzas, so I'm gonna lean into that. String cheese, kind of the same thing with the yogurt. I will put most of it in the fridge and then put the rest in the freezer, and I couldn't find any more, so I'm assuming we were out. Cottage cheese, we needed more lunch meat, eggs, needed some butter. I haven't seen these at Costco before. I used to order Built Bars all the time from their website, and the puffs were actually one of my favorites. So I was really excited to see these. These are the coconut ones, and I am really excited about those. These I'd never seen before as well. I'm assuming they're kind of like Cheez-Its, but I'm not sure. I was intrigued. Gary's pretty excited about them if you can't hear him. For some of the frozen foods, of course, the Dino Buddies. The kids love these, especially Alice. And I did get some frozen pizzas just for a night where everything is really chaotic. I like having those on hand. And then these, I've got these before, and all the kids really like them. I got them as like the grown-ups Dino Buddies, but then the kids tried them, and Hugo especially loves them. So I decided to grab a bag of those for an easy dinner night and just kind of mix them and cook them together. But other than that, we're doing some bagels for breakfasts this week for the kids. I needed more pasta. I didn't get a lot of produce from Costco. I've been getting it more at my grocery store lately, but I did get some cucumbers and apples. And then the only other thing that's not food, but I wanted to show you, is I did get a NutriBullet. Costco has them on sale right now for $40 off. And I've been wanting to make like smaller shakes and things like that. And we have a Vitamix, which is great, but I wanted to try this out and see how I liked it. So I did grab one of those. So that's the haul. I'm gonna put all the cold stuff away. You don't need to worry about that, but we're gonna do tons of restock, get that all taken care of. We're tearing apart that pantry, so it's gonna take a while. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is the thing that works the best but gives me the most stress, but I know it's a good idea, is to just pull out basically everything from the pantry, all the snack boxes, all the bins, that kind of stuff, and just kind of get things out, because there's a lot of reorganizing. When I initially did the pantry, we ate a little bit differently. We had different things that we often kept in stock. I leaned not as heavily into snacks, but now that's just kind of something that we lean heavily into. My kids need to be fed. They like snacks, so we just try to balance things out. Plus we're just on the go all the time, so it's nice to just have things that are easy to grab and go. And I try to make it as healthy as I can, but they're also kids. You gotta let them live a little. Let them enjoy their stomachs while they still work properly, because mine doesn't work the same as it used to. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get things cleaned out. I have a Halloween stuff in there, candy canes from Christmas. It is just bonkers. So like I said, let's pull just kind of everything off the shelves, get what we can off the floors. And then I'll either wipe everything down or we'll clean out bins first. We'll see where I'm at. It's the storm before the calm. That's what we're doing. We're creating the chaos. We're moving the chaos, because it is chaos in there. Okay, let's do it. Just bought this and I don't even know how many have been eaten. Okay, so here's where we're at. I got everything up off the floor pretty much down here. All of these shelves are cleared off up to this point, and then I did pull a little bit from here. I'm running out of counter space, and I also don't want to get in too deep and not be able to keep some semblance of organization. So what I'm gonna do is get these containers up back into their spot, and if I need one of them I can always grab it, but I don't want to just assume I need them. I want to get them out of the way. I keep all of my empty storage containers up there at the top, so I'm gonna get those moved up, get these wiped down, and then we're gonna tackle these bins. I know I have quite a bit of stale stuff in here that needs to go. Let's see, we've got probably duplicate bags of things that have tiny bits of crumbs in them. And then all of this stuff needs to be gone through. I did get some bins from Target that are a bigger size of these, so I'm gonna probably swap out a lot of this stuff for those. And once I get these refilled, that will also pare this down. And then it's just going through this stuff.
I'm thinking thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy.
I'm just getting everything cleaned off. I'm going to use my little handheld vacuum here, and then I'm just using thieves cleaner and a microfiber cloth to get everything wiped down. We had some cans of cold brew a while back in the pantry, and one of them actually just up and exploded. And so I am still finding bits of cold brew splashes. That's why I'm wiping off the wall right there, because I already found a spot that I missed. So it definitely took a little bit longer to get everything wiped down, but there's far less cold brew splashes now because of it. I'm sure there's still some somewhere, but we got the worst of it, and I didn't even realize that it had seeped under one of the white baskets. So I'm really glad that I finally got that cleaned off. It did stain the shelf a little bit, but these shelves need to be repainted at some point anyways, and I'd like to kind of just tear apart this whole pantry and put in like counters and stuff someday, if possible. I don't know, we'll see. But almost done getting these wiped down, and then we'll start going through all of the baskets. See, Gary's so helpful.
Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love. The things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love.
Okay, so I got those shelves wiped down. I am eager to get through these bins because I know there's probably a lot of stuff that just needs to go. A lot of like basically empty bags. So I'm gonna clean these baskets out, set them aside. I think what I wanna do is just restock all of the snacks so I see what I have left, because I usually put my back stock in these bins, so it makes sense to do these things in tandem. So let's clean out these bins, see what kind of space we have, and then we'll restock all of the snacks, which is kind of exciting.
You could be one of the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us.
When I'm restocking the snacks, I often have just a little more than I can fit in the container. And instead of just keeping all the boxes or keeping everything randomly like dispersed, I just keep reusing Ziploc bags, and I keep them all together and grab them when I need them. And it's come in really handy. I feel like I maybe a few too many Ziploc bags going in here right now, but I'm just gonna fold all of them and put them into one to keep it all organized, because I'm sure I'll need some with the restocking, but I don't necessarily think I need 6, but we'll see.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me, oh. Now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake, now you keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick now.
So just so you know, I did end up combining the open bags and consolidating them so that I didn't have multiples, because everything in there was still fine. We just really lost our minds on those chip pretzels and just kept opening new bags. So I did combine everything that I could for these baskets, and then I'm just going to organize it into certain categories. So once I am done cleaning these out, I will show you how I organized everything. It is much, much better, far better organized than I think it has been the last few times that I've cleaned out the pantry. I'm actually very proud of myself.
Take down your walls and let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick now, let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be.
Okay, so far we have all of like our bagged chips and everything in here. I've got like breakfast stuff, so backstock cereal, chia seeds that Connor puts on his oats. I have these that I make sometimes, and then various toppings for said oats. And then in here, this is where we'll put a lot of our backstock, things that we have left over from restocking. And then this is kind of tentative, just so we actually eat the crackers and everything. I got this basket at Target. It's one of their Bright Room ones. We use them throughout the house. So I threw the crackers in here. Don't know for sure if they'll stay here, but this seems to be an okay solution for right now. Also, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it in the pantry yet, but it does consolidate all of the crackers so I don't find them in random places all the time, in theory. And then I refilled the raisins, so that's exciting. Now we're gonna tackle all these guys. Okay, so we have a lot of snacks and a lot of, or at least like some of the big ticket items are the goldfish, and then my kids got really excited about veggie straws. So when I was at Target, I was looking at their Bright Room stuff, and they do have the bigger size. They used to make one that was as long as this one, but it was really wide. They don't make that one anymore, which is disheartening. But they did have these, and these are like $12. So I just grabbed 2 of them because we have goldfish and veggie straws and figured I could make it work with that. We're probably not always going to have both at the same time. But I love things like this because they're multi-purpose. Like you can use them anywhere in the house. But today, these are goldfish and veggie straw baskets. So I'm gonna shift some things around. I've got nothing huge that's out of the ordinary, just a lot. So let's tackle the snacks, get them all restocked, shift things around a little bit, and then probably tackle these bins. I only slightly regret starting this project. I'm gonna be so happy when it's done though. It's just the hard part, the chaotic part. But we power through. Okay. Ooh, am I cutting tags off? I'm really bad about doing that. Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick, now let me. The whole box in there. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Well, it is, again, a lot of snacks, but we do a pretty good job of balancing it out. I usually only do a big snack restock like every month and a half, depending on the time of year. Like times in the summer, we don't go through as many because there's a lot more fresh things in season. So we lean into that a lot more heavily. But especially during the school year with everything going on, having this stuff on hand is really, really nice. And we typically try to balance it out. So like the things like the veggie straws, the goldfish, those are standards. A bag of those will go to school pretty much every day with all 3 kids. So we do go through those pretty quickly, but they're also going to have like carrots, strawberries, apples, fresh things in their lunch as well. So it is all balanced out, which is awesome. And there's also a couple little packaged things for Connor and I. Protein bars are something that we both enjoy, and I usually lean into the stuff that has more oatmeal in it, which my kids don't love as much, so I kind of get all of those myself. The Bobos are really good. I keep calling them Bobs, so sorry if I confuse you later in the video, but the Bobos are the peanut butter jelly things. They are delicious. But I'm almost done restocking all of the snack stuff. I've got these animal crackers. I'm gonna put the rest into a Ziploc bag. And then the cheese crackers, these things are so good. If you can get them, I definitely would recommend them. They're delicious. here is how our bin turned out. We've got all the leftover veggie straws in here. I can't imagine these are going to last super long, so this should clear out relatively quickly. And then just the rest of the leftovers, which I will be able to refill easily as well. And then we still just have the chips, and then breakfast stuff, just backstock cereal and all that. So I'm gonna get these put back on the shelf. I ended up removing the tiny basket and I just added the Bob's PB&J's and the little bits of granola into this bin with all of the protein bars. So we've got all the snacks consolidated there, and then I forgot the almonds, so it has a little home there now as well. So that's looking good. We're gonna get these bins put back, get my produce baskets up here, and then we'll tackle those big clear bins that go down there.
Keep sneaking out at night to laugh with you in secret under city lights. Surprised you never had the guts to figure out.
All right, so I'm switching things around a little bit. We've been eating more pasta, and it's kind of been a problem since I organized the pantry, just not having quite enough room for the stuff that I was definitely at a transition with Alice getting bigger and the kids getting older, and their palates have actually expanded a bit more. So they're more excited about things like spaghetti, which they were not for a while. So I am expanding, kids are getting bigger, eating more. These bins are Bright Room ones from Target, so I'm going to just kind of shift things around, get a little bit more space so that I can have things a little bit better organized so I stop losing them. But I can't keep the condiment stuff together just because of the size of things and how they fit. So we're gonna swap things over. And I opted for the Bright Room one with the U in it, so it's easier to pull stuff out because the shelves have limited headroom. So, but they do make these that go straight across like these home edit ones that I have, but I opted for this one. So I'm gonna get all this stuff shifted over and reorganized, and then go from there. The snacks was definitely a weight off the shoulder.
How I feel about you. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna win your love. Coming to get you, dying to feel your touch. Wish me the best of luck. Coming to get you. Wish me the best of luck. Trying to steal your hand. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. The only reason I keep sneaking out at night, keep wishing you would kiss me under city lights. I know you feel it.
Okay, so we're gonna tackle the bins here. These are laundry baskets actually that I got through Walmart over a year ago, and they've held up really, really well. I'm still liking how they work. They slide in and out great. The biggest issue is my dry goods because I accidentally kept buying bulk rice from Costco. So this bin is fighting for its life right now. So I'm going to zhuzh this one up for sure. There might be something in my little appliances basket that I could get rid of, but otherwise just kind of going through, making sure that there's nothing expired, nothing broken, nothing leaking, get it looking nice, and then that will be it for these baskets, hopefully. Dry goods bin was the one in the worst shape, so I took my time here. I pulled out all of the marshmallows. I'm actually going to do a bin solely for marshmallows up on the top shelf with the other baking stuff. I have some white bins that I got at IKEA that I've had available, and so I'm going to take advantage of that. I have a couple of them so I can spread things out a little bit more, organize things into categories. So there's going to be an official marshmallow bin. Alice is a huge fan of marshmallows, and I like to use them in different recipes as well. I think marshmallows are just really fun. And I found some fun ones at, I think, Home Goods. Those Valentine's heart ones I got there. So super fun, but I am just unloading the excess stuff. The brown sugar was 2 different kinds, but brown sugar is brown sugar, and it was kind of like doing sand art. But I'm also combining the rice bags and got that just in one, so that will be a lot less space here in the basket. But otherwise, the last thing to take care of was the cornstarch, and I had a container for that, and I will show you. I also have some labels, which are the ones that I've used throughout the pantry. I got mine at Walmart, but I know you can get these same labels at, I think, Target. Or no, I didn't get them at Walmart. I got them on Amazon, but you can get them at Target or Walmart too, I believe. But I will link them if I can find them again. But these labels, it's a Pantry package, and they're really, really handy, and you can get some for like your garage and stuff too. So lots of options. I found the cornstarch one though, which was very nice. It took me a minute, but I've got that labeled, and she's just going to go in the bin with the other stuff, but hopefully not completely destroy everything it touches now. I don't understand why the cornstarch bag is such a problem, but I always have trouble with it. But the dry goods bin is done now. I'm just going through here. I thought there was more in here that I could get rid of, but there wasn't. It was all stuff that I still use regularly. I was just thinking of stuff that I'd already gotten rid of, but I just thought this bin seems too full, but I'd forgotten that I'd already gotten rid of the stuff. It just needed to be zhuzhed, moved around, and made just a little bit more, you know, nice. I had to redo the Tetris a little bit, but I am getting things vacuumed. We are going to get our bins put back in. I, as usual, will reorganize things, move things around a little bit more, but we're making progress. There's a lot to do, but a lot less of the tedious kind of restock stuff, which feels amazing. So I took a break, and now we're back at it. So what I really want to do is tackle this shelf. So I'm going to prioritize that. I'm going to make my way down. The canned goods and stuff for the most part are pretty good. There'll probably be a little bit of shifting around. And most of the appliances, like the more I've thought about it, are probably going to stay. So it's just moving things around. I have a bunch of these white bins that I want to kind of better organize things in. So I want to make space for that. So we're making progress, but this basket needs to be addressed. So I'm gonna clear this shelf off here, and we will go from there.
Still rough around the edges.
This basket, I pack all of like the stuff I would pack treats in. I have lots of paper sacks, different containers for holiday things. So I'm pulling out all the stuff that doesn't belong in there, things that I need to get rid of. It also ends up being kind of a hiding place. And I will put just kind of candy, things like that the kids, I don't necessarily want them to have full access to all of the time. And she just gets nestled in here safely. And I know that it's there, but certain humans that live in the house don't know it's there. But that basket is done. It's so much better. I donated a couple of like the Christmas tins that I just wasn't going to use anymore, and I threw away anything that was gross. And now I am just shifting things around a little bit, and I am going to pull some stuff out that just isn't working in here anymore. We actually have been rearranging everything in the house, like, well, not everything, but like our playroom and the office. Connor works outside of the home now, like 5 days a week. So he doesn't really need like a full office for meetings or anything anymore. But I need a space. And so we've actually been changing things around. And so it's now my office, but there aren't 2 desks there anymore. And we have got more space. So I think to help keep me accountable with the kids, and like checking in with them and remembering, I'm going to move the chore sticks and stuff into the office. For those of you who are newer, we do these chore sticks. I just used popsicle sticks, and I write down different tasks that the kids can do around the house. We've got the chore jar, which is just the straightforward things. They're supposed to do a chore a day. I've definitely kind of fallen off of that, especially now that school is back in session. But then they also have a money chore jar where they can earn money, and there's 2 different, ooh, you're getting mixed up. There's 2 different shades of green. There's $2 ones for the boys, and then there's usually a darker one for $5, but they really wanted something from Target, so they did all of those recently. But then I also have these pink ones that are more things that Alice can easily do, and she gets $1. But we've been doing that with these little checklists. These also don't get as much attention, I think, just because they're in here and they're kind of hidden. So I'm gonna move a lot of this probably into the office, because the kids come in and check in with me like every morning, because I'm usually up editing, hanging out with you guys. So that'll clear up a little bit of space in here, but also I think help us stay on track a little bit more too. So the chore sticks are no longer in the pantry. I hope I remember to tell them. I will. We'll organize my office on a later date. I'm very excited. I've never had a spot before, like all my own. It's not, I share it still, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna move these.
That's cool with you, cool with you, cool with you. 'Cause that's cool with me, cool with me, cool with me. Is that cool with you, cool with you, cool with you? 'Cause that's cool with me, cool with me, cool with me. Maybe I am selfish, 'cause I want you to myself. And I know your friends are waiting, but we both know you wanna stay, just like nothing has changed. No matter how hard you try, you cannot push me out, so just listen. I've been thinking of you since you broke it and moved to LA. And no matter how hard I try, I cannot get you out of my system. I know we both got some things left to say. Can you stay a little longer? Can I make you change your mind? Yeah, I know that it's over.
We are going to zip through the rest of the few bins before we finish here. This is just a little one for Gary's like filters for his water bowl and everything, but I wanted to make sure that he had a spot for all of his stuff while still being able to display my very nice crock pot and toaster, and I wanted to make sure that I could get to his snacks easily, because he is very treat motivated. He does love a good treat. This is where we used to keep Harley's stuff, but now she's passed. We don't need it, and so I moved over the running stuff. These are our fuels for long runs. Connor and I both like to run a lot, and I wanted to put this somewhere that's more accessible, and it'll be easier to keep track of what we're running low on, no pun intended. Just because it's a real bummer when you're going on a long run and you don't have a goo that has caffeine in it. Like, it's important. And speaking of caffeine, I'm hitting the little coffee shelf. Here we have lots of syrups and stuff for when we make lattes. I used a jar to put my decaf K-cups in, and then we just have the regular coffee pods as well in the big bin, because we go through those a lot more. All the white bins in here are like first aid, cookie cutters, cake decorating things. So I need to make labels for those at some point, but I know what they're in and the order. Otherwise, I'm just hitting these bins. I made a bin specifically for like melting chocolate chips, cocoa powder, things like that, like all things chocolate. I have mixes, and then just other odds and ends for baking that I've put into categories. And then, of course, the marshmallow bin, which is very important.
I hope it means that you
Switching things up. I'm gonna put all the chickpeas and stuff in this last bright room bin that I have from Target. And I got rid of the turntable back here because it's not super accessible, and these are easier to see. And the hot sauces are really old, and we're not eating them. So I'm gonna see if anybody I know wants them. We'll see. Yeah, they're expired. Okay, so I think I'm done. So I'm gonna just vacuum up the floors, get the rolly cart back in here with the Breville. I actually keep like my candles in the cabinet and all the espresso machine stuff on that little rolly island, because I didn't like how much counter space it took up. But yeah, let's clean the floor and then I will show you the final result. It feels so nice to have that done. Oh, it's so much more organized.
I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your end destination. You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space.
Well, just to see where we started, here is the pantry before we made it beautiful. It was just really messy, really cluttered, lots of things not put away. It was a really busy holiday season, and I just kind of let things go in here, and it needed just a lot of attention, but it was so worth it. It looks so much better in here. I shifted things around, made things more accessible, like I moved the cereal down so that Alice could reach it without having to climb the shelves because they were starting to break. But everything is just far more organized, placed in ways that are more accessible, like the running things, Alice's cereal. The kids can see the macaroni and cheese more easily, and everything's just a little less cluttered, which feels so good. It wasn't terrible, but it just needed a little love. And here's the Breville cart, as I call it. I keep all of the coffee things or like the espresso stuff in this bin here. And then down in the cabinet, I have all of my candles that I am a little too obsessed with. And then the drawer just has a couple other little things. So that thing comes in really, really handy and has given a lot more space. But otherwise, we just have all of our baking stuff, everything. It just looks so good in here. But that's everything. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate it. I hope you found this motivating. I will link as much as I can down in the description box, but let me know how you're doing. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, continue to hang out, and I will see you next time. Bye.